Every year it's the same story in Chiang Mai and Northern Thailand. As the cool season draws to an end around late February or early March, the air quality quickly takes a turn for the worse. In this video, we discuss why Northern Thailand is known as one of the most polluted places in the world. If this is your first time on the channel or you have returned and like the content, then can I ask you to please like, share and subscribe. It really does help me and the channel to grow. Oh yeah, and don't forget to press the bell icon so you never miss out on upcoming videos. And if you are interested in some cool links, then check them out in the links below in the description box. In Thailand, generally they have seasons called the wet season and the dry season, but in Chiang Mai they also have the smoky season. Chiang Mai is the second largest city in Thailand and a popular tourist destination with around 7 million tourists per year. It's situated in the northern region, about 700 kilometres north of Bangkok. 80% of the area is mountains and 70% of the land is forest area. If you're looking to visit Chiang Mai, you might have a few questions. For example, what causes the smoke, how bad does it get, and how long does it last? When is the smoky season in Chiang Mai? The smoky season in northern Thailand and the surrounding parts of Southeast Asia generally occurs during the months of February, March and April. The exact timing and severity of the haze is different every year because it's independent on human activity and the weather. There are three main causes of the yearly northern smoke haze: naturally occurring fires, forest fires that are deliberately lit, and burning crop fields by farmers. The mountainous terrain of northern Thailand causes the smoke to stay trapped in the valleys and will gradually increase in pollution levels as the dry season kicks in. The bordering areas of Myanmar and Laos face the same problem. They have similar terrain and similar human and natural causes that add to the total air pollution level in the region. Although sugarcane is not extensively grown in the north, the practice of burning sugarcane fields in central and northeast Thailand and in Cambodia also contributes greatly to Chiang Mai's pollution problems. The rainy season in Thailand is usually over by November, and so the air can start to get hazier as early as December. It doesn't usually become a major problem until late February or early March. The haze doesn't fully clear until the burning stops and rains come to wash the pollution out of the sky. The real start of the rainy season doesn't start until after Songkran, but there can be enough rain in May to clear things up considerably. Thunderstorms in March and April can also help provide temporary relief for a couple of days. The smoky season consistently reaches its peak in the second half of March, and the air is usually much improved after the mid-April Songkran holiday. But there have been years where the hazy air has lingered on well into May. This smoke can be especially dangerous for young children, the elderly, and anyone who has ever suffered from asthma symptoms. It's not ideal for the many tourists that frequent Chiang Mai, and actually it is having a detrimental effect on the reputation of Chiang Mai. Officials say that tourist numbers to northern Thailand have plunged partly due to severe air pollution that continues to surge across the region. Seasonal smog in the north, which residents have long complained about, are really affecting the tourism sector. Hotel bookings near popular attractions across Chiang Mai and Chiang Rai have sharply dropped, with tens of thousands of visitors turning to other destinations. With thousands of jobs at risk and businesses struggling because of lack of tourists, what is the future for Chiang Mai during these months? In 2019, Thailand Prime Minister Prayuth ordered government agencies to take urgent measures to fight the air pollution, which has reached dangerous levels. Pollution levels in and around Chiang Mai have risen above those of major world cities known for having poor air quality. Prime Minister Prayuth said he had met with local officials to discuss ways to reduce the burning activities. Measures would cover more than 1,900 places across 9 provinces. He stated that we need to work on a long-term solution with understanding from the public. We need time to change the way we grow crops and farm. Tens of millions of people could be affected. He said officials had given out nearly 2 million face masks to people in affected areas. His visit came after widespread criticism of the government's reaction to the air pollution. About 40,000 people signed an online appeal calling for the local governor to be replaced. Chiang Mai officials at the time resisted calls to declare a state of emergency, partly because the move could frighten off visitors. Well, just recently in 2021, provincial governors in Thailand's farming areas have been told to mitigate the burning off of waste by farmers in their provinces. Lieutenant General Kongcheep Tantravanich, a spokesman for the Deputy PM, has been one of the first to openly admit that the agricultural fires are the common denominator in the capital's annual smog woes. Over recent decades, Bangkok's Pollution Control Department has trotted out any number of PR stunts, including water spraying drones and asking temples to stop lighting joss sticks. Deputy PM Prawit has now ordered all provincial governors to send teams to warn farmers to stop the burning off or face prosecution. It's not the first order from the top directed at farmers trying to find cheap ways to get rid of agri-waste and prepare the plantations for the next crop. But despite the warnings in the past, the practice has continued largely unenforced. Thai farmers conduct the burn-off activities to reduce the amount of leftover materials and bio-waste like stalk tops, leaves and refuse left after the harvesting. Rice farmers also routinely burn rice stubble, the residual plant waste, to prepare fields for the next season of crops. It's not an easy problem to solve. I think education and technology have a role to play. But how do you change a generational farming practice without the will and funds from the government? At the end of the day, the farmers are doing what they have always done to look after their families, but the damage they are doing to other sectors of business is huge. Not to mention the health issues it creates every year. For the sake of Chiang Mai, I hope they come up with a solution soon, because the reputation of this wonderful Thai city is taking a battering.